you can master meditation. You can make a profound transformation in your life. It doesn't matter what you think, if you're a good meditator or not, if you're having trouble trying to meditate, you can absolutely transform your life, as you probably have read or know about the story of enlightened people, like an incredible amount of joy and peace. And that is accessible to you. And the way you do that is by meditation. Meditation is the offering you do with your time and your body and your mind to explore and research that. But we live in a time where luckily there's a lot of information available to everyone. But at the same time, that also has a downside, which is like there's a lot of information that is not pure enough to make the real transformation. So that's what the whole point about this channel, trying to separate what is and what is not meditation. So first thing, my point is that it should make a tenfold change, like 10 times better. When you meditate, your life is not a little bit better. You feel a profound shift in the way you perceive, you react to the world. So it's not something you will miss. And it may take you some months and some guidance to get there, but once you touch it, it will change you forever, and you will only want to meditate like you want to eat, or even more, because it is everything you want. So, but it's okay. For most people, the trip for probably many years, me too, it feels just confusing in the sense of like the only thing that you find is your own resistance and your own old patterns, and it seems like you're facing what you don't want to face. So at first, it may look sometimes that you're not making improvement, you're actually doing, because you're letting it unfold, whatever is inside of you. And that's a necessary step to go deeper and tap into your real nature, which is what you probably have heard of maybe enlightened beings, the legend of the liberated people, an incredible and amount of peace and joy for every moment of your life that is accessible to you. But as far as we have all these common mental patterns, you will need to do some work, let's say, the work of letting them go. So the work becomes easier and easier, like mastering a skill. In the beginning, let's say playing the piano, in the beginning may look like something very difficult. But if you've done it long enough properly, at some point, playing a difficult song, it actually feels very easy. So with meditation, it's exactly the same, but you need to find reliable sources of what meditation is, and not pointing to any specific path. I think you can find it literally, virtually in any path. The most important thing is that you find someone who's directly inspiring you, someone you can learn from their experience. So if it's a Hindu path, or if it's a Buddhist path, or if it's some sort of like, you know what, it just doesn't matter. The important thing is that you have a direct access to someone who's experiencing that benefits. Otherwise, reading books and doing many things may get you an entry point, but it won't get you to the mastery that I was referring to in this video. So you will speed up your process a lot if you get in touch with people who know a lot more than you do. And that's like incredibly more than books and any video you could see. So, and during that interaction, you will understand the subtle points about yourself and about the path and how they can help you. And sometimes you will find paths that don't help you. That's okay too. But still, don't lose the standard of enlightenment. And that is possible to you, because that happens to most people. They just quit. They just quit from the idea of reaching heaven or nirvana or whatever is the standard of completion of the path. Most people don't even think they can do it. And that's why I'm saying everybody can do it. And yet, on the other hand, I'm saying, yeah, but there are very specific procedures on how to do this. And again, the best recommendation I can give you is to find someone who you think they are really living it and learn from them. It just doesn't matter if they are Advaita Vedanta, if they are this. Just you will figure it out, and you will be able to pinpoint what really is by spending time with these people. So if you're on your own and you're practicing meditation, and you say, how do you know if you're practicing meditation properly? Again, you will be tapping into deeper patterns of yourself. So if your mind is full of useless stuff, expect to find a lot of resistance when you sit to meditate. But I'm trying to support you and inspire you to go farther down the line, because it's going to stop. Your mind is going to start relaxing. At some point, you're going to start seeing the light through the wall. You're going to start, oh yeah, I see it. I see it. I'm still not there. Still experience a lot of resistance in my life, but you can already know, you intuitively know for certain that is there, and give you all the motivation you need to do the work. And the work, some people leave it as a very complex thing, a very challenging thing, but it doesn't have to be like that. Let me explain. It doesn't have to be like that if you are doing the work, which is like a simplification, but you are spending 1 or 2 slots of time consistently every day in mastering certain techniques of meditation, and consequently your mind becoming still for that period of meditation. I'm not saying you should have your mind still during all your day. That's very confusing. But during the meditation, you can tell. Whatever meditation you're doing, you could be doing loving kindness meditation, you can be doing samatha, vipassana, you can be doing prayers, you can be doing anything. But your mind will proportionally rest and expand. It gives you the impression, it's not actually happening, but it feels like as if you would expand. And at some point you will find something that it feels very natural to you. And yet at the same time, it just doesn't feel like your body and your mind. It's a presence that transcends time and space. And as crazy as it may sound, it still feels like more you than your body and your mind. It feels deeper. So meditation is a time you put aside to look for that. And how you do that? Well, first thing, your mind is the thing that is distracting you. So I will summarize, if you don't have direct teaching or coaching from someone on this, I will suggest you to follow step by step the old classical way of meditation. You have it in yoga, you have it in Buddhism, you have it all around. Advaita Vedanta, you have it in Christianism through different practices, contemplation, for example. So this is all over traditional meditation path, but it's very specific on how you will disengage from the impulsive activity of your mind over and over in the beginning, and you will start switching into a deeper way of being naturally. But it will feel as if you have to let go, but soon enough you will realize that the letting go is kind of automatic if you don't reinforce the patterns, so the patterns fall apart on their own if you are following the technique. Again, if you don't know how to start, I always suggest 2 books. The Mind Illuminated by Culadasa. The Mind Illuminated. Pretty nice title. And The Attention Revolution by Alan Wallace. 2 books that I think it will help anyone to start on the right direction for experiencing what I'm talking about, because there's a lot of meditation that will be suggested to you, and some of them will feel good. And that's okay, but it's not just about that. It's not just about you have a very stressful life and then you meditate and just like people smoke a joint or do certain kind of pleasurable thing. Yeah, that will become part of it, but it's not what you're trying to do. Actually, you're not trying to do anything. You're just allowing time for the greatness in you to unfold and to express itself and to manifest itself in your presence, in your moment by moment experience. But it's not something you do, it's something you are. So meditation is just, if you have the question, okay, I try to sit and meditate, focus on my breath or a prayer, a mantra or whatever is kind of the thing that you enjoy focusing on. Most people say, yeah, but how do I calm my mind? My mind is busy all the time. Well, you first need to find a support, like something you're focusing. And every time your mind is going, you just relax. You decline the invitation of following that thought. That's it. You probably have heard even this before, but I'm suggesting you to have a diary where you write the percentage of success with that. So in a given session, you could maybe assess. I know this is a subjective assessment, but it's the only thing you have, which is to know if you sit for 10 minutes, how much of that time you were actually in a deeper state than usual, let's say. It's not that your mind may initially be still completely, but you can tell if you've been thinking or you've been beyond thinking. So having a log on how well you're doing with that will help you trace over time, and it will help you focus on the real thing. Because if you don't have that simple skill, meditation won't work for you. Not only meditation, nothing in this life will work for you. So I wanted this video to be short and just encouraging for you to sit and to meditate and to calm your mind. Again, read that books and ask me anything. But I'm interested in you actually giving it a try and calming your mind, stilling your mind by any means. But you should profoundly, clearly notice that something is shifting in your experience of this moment. And just do it over and over again until the experience is more solid, more coherent, to the point that it will happen in your daily life while you're doing activities. So look for, it's not that I wanted to give you the sense that if you're not having radical changes of humor or emotional revolutions, it will come, but it doesn't come because you're trying to do it. I don't want to give you this fixated idea of trying hard to change your mood or no. On the contrary, I'm suggesting you to rest, suggesting you to give yourself a break from what you think you are, especially from thinking itself. And find a method of meditation that gives you clear reference on how you're improving, that has some sort of stages, and master it. It won't be everything, but if you don't have that foundation, nothing will work. I know this sounds a bit dramatic, but I'm just being honest. Nothing will work. On the other hand, I can tell you that if you get a hand on it, like you start really understanding how it works and skillfully being able to rest in that stillness consciously, you will notice that it never fails you. No matter what, it is always there. And that should profoundly transform your life and inspire you to meditate and open more. Just finding out what is the end of this